not here, you missing out. Is this show?
This is the Unbreakable Lexi Gomez. And if I love wrestling, you love wrestling, we love wrestling.
Welcome to Women on Wednesday. Ooh. I'm Trey D, here. Thank you for coming back. We got Nicole down for the count, and today, well, when I first met her, I was talking to a tag team, and her tag team partner just came in, and the confidence saying they would fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? I knew right then, oh, this is a firecracker right here. We got the Unbreakable Lexi Gomez with us. How you doing today, man?
Oh, I'm doing so good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Well, I have to ask my first question before we get into it. So, the first question I always ask is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
Okay, that's a good question to start with. Sorry, I have to lean to hear the question, so just ignore that, but I'll answer this way. So the reason that I love wrestling so much is that when I started wrestling and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be, and I started wrestling. And from the first day of training, it made me feel like I could be whoever I wanted to be, in the ring, and I could be myself, and I felt the most I don't know, safest, I guess you can say, and being able to be who I am as a person and channel it in front of everybody. So I think that's why I love wrestling. I love being able to feel like I'm in my comfort zone and I'm able to show everybody, who I, want to be, or who I want the world to see. And it just makes me feel like I'm at home, and it makes me feel safe. I love wrestling, and that's the main reason why I love it.
Love that. Love that. Well, I always ask, I go from there and say, who were some of your favorites growing up when you started watching wrestling?
When I started watching wrestling, I was a huge fan. I remember watching it with my mom. I will always be a huge fan of The Undertaker and The Rock. I love Stone Cold. I was a huge fan of the Hardy Boys and Lita. Those are my favorites. I would have to say The Rock and Lita have been my number two, my top two favorite growing up. And I have so many memories of me just watching it with my mom and doing the poses of the wrestlers on TV, and just being oh my god, this is so cool. It's so loud and there's so much going on, and they're fighting and doing all these cool flips and everything. And just the entrances, the Undertaker really caught my eye, so he's definitely another one of my favorites. So yeah.
So, you like characters, you like the storylines. How did you get involved in wrestling?
So the first time I started getting involved with wrestling, um, 16 or 17, and by then I had stopped really paying attention to watching wrestling. That was something I watched as a kid, and growing up as a teenager, everything, I just completely stopped watching it until I was at Universal Studios, and at the time Impact was doing live tapings there. And I was leaving the park, and I seen hey, it's wrestling tapings free this way, and I was oh my god, that's pretty cool. So I go in there, and it was a whole thing. It was so different. It was crazy. I don't remember the exact match that it was. It was some X Division match. It had a bunch of X Division members at the time, and I remember them talking about Jeff Hardy being there. And when obviously me being a little kid and me watching him growing up, and that's pretty much the last of what I was into. I was oh my god, I like Jeff Hardy. So I stayed and we watched the show. And from then on, I started going to those shows, the tapings and everything, as a fan, and just watching and being a part there. And then one day I realized, I was oh my god, this is something that I probably can do. I'm sure there's a way that I can start training, and I could be in the ring and doing what they're doing, because they're normal human beings like I am. They're just really cool, entertainers, athletes up there. So I started looking around, and finally got into a school in Orlando, And then from then on, I just here I am, and that was like my first experience in it. It was just so different seeing like a show on TV and in real life. Like it's such a different like atmosphere, and it's I don't know how to explain it, but like it brings you in a different way than just watching it on TV. And it's like crazy because like you get to react with what's going on, you get to boo and you get to cheer. So I really loved that aspect, and that's kind of what made me want to start training and to be where I am now and being a wrestler. So
So I saw some places that you really didn't do any sports. You were a gymnast when you were in, I think, grade school.
yeah.
So how is that transition going from being a gymnast to then the what wrestling needs? You know, the physicality and everything.
Right. So that definitely helped me a lot because I did used to do gymnastics. I did it till I was probably maybe like 11 or 12. And then I started doing like modeling and acting. So I definitely think that the like being like flexible and having some sort of like athletic background did help me a lot. Um, when I started training, I wasn't doing any of that kind of sports, but it kind of came a little easier to me with like doing like the back rolls and front rolls and stuff like that. It was easy for me to kind of transition into it. It was very helpful and very useful. I don't really apply it now because I don't do a lot of like flippy and like showy kind of moves. Although with me, doing gymnastics when I was little, it would be helpful, but that's just not kind of my style. I don't really like doing that personally. I like more like bigger, like strong style. So I don't do all the flippy cool stuff like that. But I feel like if I tried, it might be helpful, but we don't know.
So you don't do any of the flippy stuff, but you do body slam people, give
Yeah,
them the double
like the
knee.
hard hitting.
Yeah, she elbowing people. If you want somebody to a bruiser that's gonna beat you up, that is Lexi Gomez.
Yeah.
Uh, is there? Nah, I don't want to ask that yet. Um, so you're known mostly in the Florida area. How does it feel coming up out of that Florida area? Because I mean, right now, Florida, a lot of people don't really talk about Florida, but it's a lot of talent there in Florida.
Right. I agree. I'm definitely have been trying to expand out of Florida because I know I've like traveling is really good to have like under your belt and everything. So I definitely have been uh, some of like the wrestlers around here that's been trying to expand outside of the state because I feel like Florida has like so many promotions. So I guess that's why a lot of people overlook it because there's so many of us and they're always running on the weekends. So it's like kind of hard to be, everywhere and for like, the draw to be everywhere if you're, running shows every weekend. So um, definitely trying to expand and it's cool and it's cool going to a new place and being from Florida because everyone's like, oh yeah, you're from Florida, cool, so it's kind of like known that like a lot of talent comes from Florida. And then it's funny because you get to experience like how they do things differently there, and then you guys kind of like the talent like gets together and stuff, and it kind of you learn from different places. So it's really cool. I enjoy it. I definitely want to try to expand more and travel more in this year.
What other states have you been to besides Florida wrestling?
So I've wrestled in, that's a good question because I haven't really thought about it. Wrestled in Puerto Rico. I wrestled there, like I've done, yeah, twice. I've been there twice. Recently, Texas, um, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama recently, um, West Virginia, like I want to say a year or two ago, which was the only time I ever went. It was really fun though. Tennessee, I think I went there twice. I think that's. I think I said Georgia. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I think that's where all the places I've wrestled so far.
Midwest, Northeast. Hit up Lexi Gomez. Get her there.
Yes,
Get her
please.
there.
I want to take all the traveling places.
Yeah. Is there Is there a this is probably gonna set up what I'm gonna go into. Is there an opponent that you have faced who you think has helped you along with your wrestling career?
Oh, definitely. I always give this answer to my tag partner, Catalina Perez. And I feel like I always answer the same way, but I honestly think that she has helped me like the most with developing who I am as a character and what I do and what my character brings to the table. She's really helped me develop confidence and how to, portray that. And it really keeps me on track on like being an athlete and pushes me to do things. And she knows what I can and can't do. We had a lot of matches together when we first started coming up. At ACW, we had like a whole, I want to say it was like 6 months of like a rivalry. Like we literally had we wrestled each other every Wednesday. Like every Wednesday we would be put on other shows together facing each other over and over, and each time we had a match we had to talk what we did next, and we kept growing with each other, we kept figuring things out. And honestly, I don't think if I had done that I probably wouldn't be like in the mindset I am now. So I give her like all the credit, and she's helped me so much, and I feel like we've helped each other so much that that's why we decided to be, tag partners. Because I mean, who else knows each other better? Like we're literally like on the same page for everything. So that's why we became VIB together, and I give it all to her. She's my best friend.
Nicole, Nicole, I'm gonna let you get in this, but she just said
Okay.
it, so I got to go here. VIB, very important baddies. How you
Yes,
come up with the name? Because you changed it.
we
Yeah.
did. We did.
So what's
We did
going
change
on
it.
with that?
Yes. I definitely we took some time to think about it. We wanted to change it up and be more original and more like organic. So we thought of a couple things, and we kind of liked the sound. My boyfriend kind of came up with VIB and very important baddies, because that's what we are. We're baddies. Very similar to like Bad and Bougie, but I don't know, we had a couple of things in mind. We really wanted it to be like solid and kind of different and something that kind of like rolls off the tongue. So we had a couple of choices. Went with VIB, very important baddies, and honestly, I feel like it fits us. It took me a couple, like a couple days to get used to it from being Bad and Bougie to VIB, just because change is difficult, but sometimes you got to do it. But I feel so comfortable with it now, and I feel like it's definitely us. I like the sound of it. People have caught on to it, so we have big ideas and things that we do. We've been doing like little videos and stuff to like show everybody our characters and who we are as a tag team, because it's really just how we are in real life in person. Like this, really how we are. Um, so we have a lot of cool ideas in the future that we're going to start channeling and getting more content out, because we've been thinking about it a lot, and tag team wrestling coming up. So are we.
You meet them in person, they be like, you hear that a lot. Go ahead, Nicole.
Okay, so sorry I had to dip out for a second. I got a phone call. But anywho, so obviously you're a tag team wrestler. We've seen the evolution of tag team wrestling, not only as a whole, but within the women in general. Because I feel like not even maybe 8 years ago wasn't as much as, or 10 years ago wasn't as much as a thing as it is now. So, what inspirations? I know, obviously, you're a big fan of the Hardy Boys and Lita, but were them, and what are some other peoples that kind of aided in your inspiration of your take on tag team wrestling right now?
Right now, definitely, um, I'm personally me, and I think Catalina ourselves we're a huge fan of the Heck. I think they're a great team, and I love their chemistry together, and they're like best friends. And I feel like I really believe in like having good chemistry with your tag partner. So me and Catalina are best friends, and so I look up to them for a lot of, and they're great. So I also like I'm trying to think of who else we have, because personally, like my good friends of the Rapture, they're a tag team here in Florida. I definitely got a lot of inspiration from them. I know that's more like personal rather than like, wrestlers who have names, but I definitely got a lot of inspiration from them because of, again, the chemistry thing. I've known the boys, Jay and Richard. I've known them since I started training, and they're like really good friends of mine. And they're best friends. They tag together so like fluently ever since like day one. So I kind of like get inspiration from them too, because I want us to be on like a level like that where we're really tight and fluent, and I believe me and her are. And definitely like look for inspiration like that around. And I love seeing all like the new women tag teams that's been coming out, and it's really good to see it because like you said yourself, it's like it's not always been like shined on and everything like that. So it's really exciting for us to start getting out there and getting spotlights and everything.
So who's a women's tag team right now that, whether it's on the indies or we could just keep it to the indies, that you would want to face or maybe take some belts off of or really try to put on a classic with in the future?
Okay, cool. So I already mentioned them, but me and Catalina have been manifesting to face the Hex. I definitely, that'd be so much fun. Let me see who else is on. I'm trying to think of people around me right now. It's oh, I would definitely want to face the Renegade Twins again. We did have a match with them at Mission Pro, and they're great, and I would definitely love to do it again. They're a great team. And Bougie Reality, they're on also in Mission Pro.
Yep.
Would love. And then I know Sawyer and Kylan are doing a team right now. Like they're beautiful Amazonian women, of course.
They are crazy though.
They're
Um,
so good.
list right now. Now that I'm thinking, like, yeah, everybody.
So not only that, so obviously you're talking about how you, Catalina, are working on obviously like branding or anything, or what's kind of, or without spoiling too much, what are some things that you two are working on, whether it's like stuff inside the ring or outside the ring that we can really keep our eye out for?
Okay, cool. So, well, first of all, we definitely are working on getting our matching gear. It's been really a hassle for that. Number one. We are we've always been talking about doing, because when we're together, we feel like we're like the funniest people ever, and we need our own reality TV show. So we've been trying to think of things to do where we have kind of like a VIB reality show, and we have a lot of characters that inspire us as a tag team. Like for example, it sounds so funny, so crazy, but White Chicks, we take a lot of inspiration from that movie, and we like to incorporate it in our promos and our videos. And so we're trying to figure out ways to do more of like inspiration from movies and everything that inspire us, and kind of put it together. But yeah, and obviously just training together and just get new stuff out. We also want to wrestle more men because that's really fun. One of our last matches, I think it was our last tag match together, was over at MCW, where we're the women's tag team champions. We wrestled. I think it's Money in Motion. It's True Champ and Jay Villa. We had a tag match with them, and it was really fun. And that's kind of like they're taking us back when we first started tagging, because for a while they would only put us with men because there wasn't, again, not a lot of women tag teams. So like we're familiar with this, so we definitely want to do it again because we missed it and it was really fun. So that's pretty much what we're working on and looking to do somewhere in the future.
That's what's up. So I got one more question. So if you can pick one artist or one group to make the ultimate VIB baddie theme song, who would you
Oh
pick?
my God. I love this question so much. Oh my God. Okay. I would have to go with Cardi B. I'm gonna do a whole collab. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and Nicki. I feel like if we put all of those women together, it would be like our dream. Oh, I'm forgetting about Beyonce. Oh my God, there's so many. That's like my favorite question ever. I'm sorry, but definitely those women. I would want something. Oh my God, I'm thinking of Doja Cat. Okay, this can go on for a while.
I love Doja, so I'm
So
thinking
the
you're
first song
going.
that I picked, because like we have like our own we have our own song now that we have by Montezi. But when we first started tagging, we picked Tia Tamara by Doja Cat. I found it when I was searching for like baddie music, and ever since then, like she's been like one of our favorite artists. But like together, we're always listening to Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce. That's like really like our baddie playlist. So if like Cardi B, Megan, we'll just leave it at Nicki and Megan. I said that, didn't I? Yes, those women. It's just too much. If they want to do it, I would love for them to do that.
I
You're
love
watching
the
this, please make a song.
I love the Tia and Tamara choice because I feel like it's such like a villain song. Like it's
It
just so
is. It just has
villainous.
such a good like catchy beat to it. Like, love it.
Yeah, like I just feel like you should just like start like setting stuff on fire, just like tearing shit up. Like
yes,
absolutely love
tearing
that
it
song.
up. Going
So we're
wild.
gonna put that. We're gonna manifest all of them coming together for
Yes,
Ladies' Night 2022.
yes.
And so look at Terry.
That's a lot of money on one song.
That is a lot of money.
For sure.
Someone got to write a check.
You got to get it done.
A few checks.
Yes.
I can't do it.
Back up some brick trucks.
Hey, I can't do it myself. Lexi, do you prefer blonde? The hair color you got now, is that blonde?
Yes.
Or your brown hair?
Oh, look at my roots. I'm brunette.
Brunette?
Yes. My hair is naturally like black brown and like straight as a board. Um, I rocked it for a long time, and I'm trying to get rid of it, but the bleaching, it's a whole process. But I've been a blonde for like a year now, and that's good for me because I'm one to change up my hair. That's why it's so short now, because I kind of killed it with all the bleaching and dyeing. But I'm one that just can't stay the same. I like to change it up. So I got to touch up my roots so people think I'm a natural blonde again. Because apparently I got you fooled.
Harry,
No,
no.
I asked if you like the
No.
blonde or the brown brunette, because I saw your old pictures, when you was first starting, and I was like, wait a minute, this isn't who I'm talking to, is
That's a whole different girl.
uh,
Whole different girl.
I'm going to take a cue from you, Nicole. I just thought of this after you asked the music question. Lexi, if you could pick two people to play you and Catalina in movies, who would it be?
Oh my God, another good question. Oh, okay. Give me a second to think. That's so hard. I don't know. Oh my God. I don't even know. This is so hard. I don't even have anybody that comes into mind. What do you have? Any
I'm trying to
suggestions?
think. I think for me, well, for you, I'm thinking. Do you know who Dove Cameron is?
Dove Cameron?
Yeah.
Channel?
She's like on Disney Channel. She's like in some other shit. I seen her in Agents of Shield. That was the first time I seen her. And then I got told she was like a Disney Channel girl, and I was like, I was like, I'm too old to be watching Disney Channel.
Me too.
But I feel like your faces look similar, so I feel like that's a choice for you.
Okay, let's think. I don't know why, but I always said that Catalina kind of reminds me of, even though she's passed away, Brittany Murphy from like Clueless, because like she has like the short curly hair and like the big eyes. I always see like a resemblance when she talks, but she's never seen it, so I can't really like. Even though I'm trying to get her to watch it, she's never seen it. I know.
Oh my God!
Drag her on Twitter. Tell her that I said it.
Let me tweet her right now.
I can't think of anybody right now. I don't know a lot of like. I know like older actors, but like I don't know anybody who could play me. I don't know.
You could pick anybody.
What if I pick like a older version? Like, can I do that? Like a in age, because then I'd pick Meryl Streep because I love her, and I feel like she was blonde,
Yes.
and I can see her playing me. And then for Catalina, uh, maybe the girl from Euphoria who plays Maddie. You watched Euphoria?
Yes. Alexa Demi.
Yeah, maybe her.
Yeah.
If she gets like the hair and everything, I feel like Latina. She's small. Maybe.
She's so tiny. I haven't seen her like in person, but I've seen her like outside, like comparing her. I was like, she is tiny.
Yeah, she is.
She's tiny.
Yeah, she is.
But
So
her
people go.
personality is so big, so obviously you feel like I feel like that like projects a lot more. And I was like, dang, this girl's a little itty bitty.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go with her. And then for me, I don't know anybody for me. I don't know. So we'll just go with Meryl Streep. Good question though. Really on my toes. Was a thinker. Still gonna think about it. I might come up with something in like a week.
I'm gonna lean in on this one.
Oh, here we go.
Nicole, come on, Nicole. Let me get it out first. Don't do that. I'm too confident she might hurt my heart. But The Rock or Stone Cold?
You're asking me The Rock or Stone Cold?
Yes.
The Rock. The Rock.
7 weeks in a row, people. We are on a rock roll, as I've been telling you.
Oh, really?
I will show it again.
It was a setup. I passed.
You pass with Terry when you say The Rock.
I mean, there's no wrong answer. But
There is no wrong answer.
I feel a little better when I hear The Rock. You know what I'm saying? I just feel a little bit better. Lexi, this is your time to shine now. We call this our put yourself over moment. This is where you let our people know your social media, any ways they can support you, anything that you have coming up. We just want you to put yourself over.
All right, thank you. So you can follow me. I'm mostly active on my Twitter and my Instagram. Those are both Lexi, I believe. Lexi with 2 eyes _Gomez is my Instagram. There might be an underscore after, but if you search Lexi Gomez on like any like Twitter handle, you'll be able to find it. Twitter's the same. My YouTube is also Lexi Gomez. I have t-shirts available on Pro Wrestling Tees. I also have them available on Fully Gimmicked. You can get my newest design. It's a chibi design. It's selling really quick. And then I also have a VIB t-shirt with Catalina. It's a really cute, like old 90s R&B looking t-shirt that a lot of people like as well. For my shows coming up, let's see. I'll be in April. I have New Heights Wrestling. I'm debuting there. I'm returning to Pride of Wrestling. I also will be at Shine. And then I have another show this weekend, but I'm not sure. No, not this weekend. Sorry. You'll be able to find the rest of my shows on my Instagram and my Twitter. So you can follow me there and buy a t-shirt. That'd be really cool. Really, really dope. Thank you very much.
You can follow her all those places. As always, in the bottom in the description, all links to everything she just named, Pro Wrestling Tees stores, her social media. Make sure you follow, buy a shirt. Let's see here. Lexi, one last question.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You asked her that earlier, didn't you, Nicole, about who she would face?
Yeah.
And she's named Allison K.
The Hex.
The Hex as a tag.
Yes.
I need individuals. Do you have 2 or 3 individuals that you would face solo competition, or are you more focused on tag team right now?
No, I also would love singles matches with. I've always wanted. We haven't had it yet, but I want to have a singles with Kylan. I'm able to be in a couple matches with her, like 3 ways, and I've always had banger time with her. So I definitely want her 1-on-1. let's see. A dream match of mine would definitely be Jordan Grace. I feel like it would be so much fun, and I definitely would love that to happen. And I think that's all I have that's like I really want to have it right now. So yeah, there it is.
Singles matches. She won't tag matches. You know who you are, and you listen to these. Book that tag team match for the championships for me, and then hit me up. Because if y'all been watching on the page this week, because this is Women on Wednesday, I released the GCW Diamond Cup after, and you can see how her and Catalina walked up on Coach Rink. So book the match, make it happen. But you can go and watch that, that little link that's right there that just came up. So go ahead and click on that. But other than that, Lexi, you said you got shows coming. Are you gonna be at Mania? This is Mania week.
Oh,
I don't have any. I don't have any plans to go. I was gonna go, but then I have family things here that I have to do. Can't unfortunately go. So nothing for Mania, sadly.
Nothing for Mania, but next year you might see her on a card during Mania.
Yes.
So it's always coming. Nicole, thank you. Any last words?
No, thank you so much, Lexi, for hanging out with us tonight.
It was so much fun.
I know. So we'll have to do this again. Hopefully next time we would have. Hopefully this tag match happens, or we can, see you pop up somewhere and fight the Hex. Who knows?
Yes, manifest.
Manifesting all things.
Yes.
But again, thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, thank you. It was so much fun. You had really good questions. Really stumped me.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Marty, Allison, make the match happen. I seen Catalina around y'all at Shine. Lexi's gonna be at Shine. Hey, Shine, make it happen. I mean,
yeah, make it happen.
Now I'm thinking about it.
I know.
Make gonna be in play at Shine.
We're there.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Oh man. Period. Make it happen. But thank you again, Lexi Gomez, for coming on one half of Very Important Baddies.
Thank you for having me.
We may have the second part of Very Important Baddies. I mean, it's already out there, so we just waiting for the setup date. But
yes,
it's coming. But I'm Trey D, and like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet.
Wrestling and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?